Can you explain the basics of global warming?
We, the humans, have affected our environment to a large extent, so that it has started to change the climate system. We have burned a lot of fossil fuels, causing emissions of CO2, carbon dioxide, and also other greenhouse gases, such as methane and nitrous oxide, ladder gas, increasing these concentrations of these gases in the atmosphere. And these greenhouse gases, they trap energy on Earth, causing it to get warmer. And then we also, because we are chopping down forests, this also has implications for these greenhouse gases. And also the energy balance of the Earth as well.
Who's to blame for global warming? Is it the companies or the private person?
Nowadays it's the companies, but we should try to solve it everyone together, I would say. But of course the main emissions come from energy production, from transportation, stuff like that, and not necessarily from what you and I are doing in our daily life. But of course we make use of products and stuff that the companies produce, so it's hard to say it's only them to blame and so on.
Okay,
Yes.
what are the consequences of global warming? How can we see them at the moment?
Well, we see increasing temperatures. Of course, we have direct measurement, such long records. We can see that air temperature is increasing more or less all over the globe. And on average, we've seen an increase of around 1 to 2 degrees. Usually, the more further to the north you go, warming is faster, so to say.
What do you think the biggest steps we can take today to make it, to stop it, or at least make it better?
It's really a political decisions that are needed to really make significant change, so to say. So that those countries emit a lot of greenhouse gases, they really need to cut their emissions. Every person can try to have less impact, use less energy, and use less water and less plastics.
If we did reduce the global warming, where in the world would we see the biggest differences?
Well, I mean, if we were to sort of really decrease our emissions now to half or something, the system is quite slow, one can say. So we will still see warming going on for 20, 40, 50 years. But, I mean, the biggest effect of climate change is mainly in Arctic. Warming is faster in the Arctic than in Denmark. And this is because of the snow and the ice in the Arctic. The warming has caused the snow and the ice to decrease. And you know, snow and ice, it's very bright. It's almost white color. And the white surfaces, it reflects a lot of sun. So if you get less and less snow and less sea ice, the surface will be darker, and that means that it will absorb more energy. So it will get warmer. It's what we call a feedback effect. That the warming is feeding back on the warming, so to say.
Why have we waited so long, and why are we waiting so long to really do something about the problem?
Of course, it has to do with global economy. That we have really benefited from having access to all this oil and coal with our cars. And human societies has really developed a lot during these last 100 years when we had all this energy access. So we have made a lot of progress because of all this energy that we have available. So that, of course, makes countries and companies and people in general, it's a bit hard to decrease on this sort of luxury that we have
Do you think that it's possible that we one day only will use green energy?
Yes, I think it's possible.
You think it's a solution to global warming?